Welcome to Trust, Then Know, the Jackie Boyd Podcast, a podcast providing education, information, and mostly inspiration that will help you become the best version of yourself. Join host Jackie Boyd for engaging and intriguing conversations. Now, Trust, Then Know, the Jackie Boyd Podcast.
Hello, and welcome to the 20th episode of Trust and Know, the Jackie Boyd Podcast. Listen, the Jackie Boyd Podcast will bring you people who have something to say. And I'm so excited about this 20th episode because I have a wonderful gentleman here who definitely has a lot to say. Listen, we come on every second and fourth Tuesday of the month. We're on all your major podcast platforms. We're on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. We will soon be on Instagram, but you can definitely see us on video via YouTube. And we are bringing you people who are going to bring you information and inspiration mostly to help you become the better version of yourself. And we are about to embrace and embark upon a very special day, and that's Veterans Day. Veterans Day is November 11th, and I wanted to talk about the importance of service in you. And tonight I have a very special guest, Mr. Anthony Lewis, who is a 5-year Army veteran who has a lot to say about the service in him with his commitment to the Army and how all of us have service in us. So welcome, Anthony.
Thank you for having me.
Listen, Veterans Day is November 11th.
Yes, ma'am.
Every year we celebrate veterans.
Yes,
we
ma'am.
honor you. We acknowledge you because you all make such a major sacrifice for the country, for the world. And your sacrifice is no different. It has been, even just with 5 years, you made a major sacrifice, and your inspiration for coming into the Army is a very unique one. So tell us about that. First of all, let's talk about that sacrifice and what makes servicemen and women just so special.
I think we all carry something inside us that we know we have to give something to get something. I think once you sign that dotted line and you say that, yes, I'm going to do this, you've made the commitment that you've basically signed yourself over to the good of the country and to the good of the government. You're going to be asked to do some things that you haven't done before.
Okay.
You're going to be asked to test yourself in ways that you didn't think you may have been tested.
Okay.
And you're going to have to be prepared to give the ultimate sacrifice, possibly, in service of the country.
Wow. When you sign on that dotted line, you're really not thinking about that last part you're saying, which is the ultimate sacrifice, which is your life. And the reality is that is real,
Yes.
right? But when you're signing, do you think that way?
Not all the time.
Okay.
I signed for my own reasons to get away from Baltimore, but
Okay.
I think,
hey, Baltimore is my hometown too. Go Ravens.
Go Ravens, of course, forever.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it may have crossed my mind like there's a possibility of something happening, but you never really think all the way through what could.
Got you.
There was nothing necessarily going on when I signed up. When I joined in 2000, so there was not a lot going on at the time, and but little I didn't know the next year 9/11 would happen. So, but yeah, so it was a possibility there, but it was never like a full I know I'm going to do this or that type of thing.
Got you.
Right.
What actually inspired you to say, hey, I want to join the Army? What inspired you?
I joined the Army to get off of probation.
Oh, tell us about that.
Yeah, once I graduated high school, I attempted to go to college, University of Pittsburgh, and I was not ready.
You weren't ready?
No.
That freedom got to you?
The freedom got to me,
Okay.
the party got to me, the alcohol, just being loose. And,
Okay.
I was supposed to go up there and try to play football, and that didn't happen. I skipped practice to go party.
Oh, wow.
I did everything wrong.
Okay.
So during that time when I was in Pittsburgh, I ended up getting into a fight and got expelled from school, and then also got arrested because of the fight, and I got charged with simple assault.
Okay.
So that ended up to me on probation, and from there they sent me from Pittsburgh back home to Baltimore.
Okay.
So when I got back to Baltimore, I figured, all right, they're not really watching me. I'm not going to do what they asked me to do. So the first thing they wanted me to do was community service, and they wanted me to dig graves.
Oh.
And I said, nah.
You're not doing that.
I'm not doing that. It's like, why y'all giving me a pickaxe and a shovel when you got a backhoe right there? I'm not digging graves. No.
Right.
This is stupid. So I just left. I'm not doing that. No. And then I got a second violation for having a bag of weed.
Okay.
Which they didn't necessarily arrest me for. They just went and told my probation because they were like, look, we're going to tell your PO, but we're not going to lock you up for this.
Okay.
So I was back at work.
Sounds like you were a bit hard-headed.
Yeah.
A bit.
A little bit.
A bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
So I went, one day I randomly got a phone call from my PO in Pittsburgh. And I knew it was him because he had this heavy accent. And he told me, you got 2 violations. I'm going to come get you. You're not going to know when, you're not going to know where, but just trust me, I'm going to come pick you up. So I'm sweating bullets and shitting bricks and just like, all right, I don't know what to do because I don't want to go back to jail for this. And so I was at work and I was telling my friend about it, and he said, have you heard about this go to Army, go to jail thing? I said, what are you talking about? He said, man, they used to have this thing where if you got in trouble with the judge, you could tell the judge, well, I'll go to Army instead of go to jail. So I was like, I don't know anything about that, but I'll find out. I'll ask some questions. So I decided, well, I'm going to go to recruiters. So in my near my home, they had the recruiting office, and all 4 branches were in the same office. Well, there's a 5th, but the Coast Guard wasn't there.
Okay.
So I went to Air Force first because my dad was Air Force.
Okay.
So I was all right, I'm gonna go to Air Force, and they looked at my record and they looked at my tattoos, and it was like, hell no. So I was all right, I'll go next door. Next door was the Navy.
Okay.
So I went to the Navy, same thing. They looked at my records, get out of my face. So I was all right, well, so I was like, oh, well, going to the other side of the building. The other side of the building is where the rowdy people were. It's the Army and the Marines.
You said rowdy.
So I went to the Marines, and the Marines, the recruiter was standing out front. He had on an Averex jacket, some jeans, and some Timberland boots. And he's like, hey, man, he's like, look at me. He's like, we dress like this every day. He said, you just do what you want. You just sign up. I got you. You trust me, you're gonna be chilling. And I'm thinking like, nah, y'all got uniforms. There's no way you dress like that every day. And I can't do what I want in the Marines. So as soon as we finished our conversation, the Army recruiter walked up and he's like, hey man, is this guy lying to you? I said, yeah, the first thing out of his mouth was a lie. And he was like, well, come on with me and we see what we can do. So I went to his office and I told him, well, look man, just from Jump Street, I'm trying to get off probation. I heard about this go to Army, go to jail thing. Can you help me out? So he's all right, well, he's like, I want you to take this ASVAB, see what you get on the score, and then we can work on it. So I took the ASVAB, I got a pretty high score, so he ended up telling me, hey man, you can get whatever job you want.
Wow.
You're squared away, just let me work on this. So he went and talked to my PO, and the PO was like, the next day, the PO faxed in the report saying, hey, Mr. Lewis, from here on out, you've been officially released from probation services.
Okay.
And you're joining the Army, so good luck in your services and blah, blah, blah. And have a good life.
The Army saved you.
Army saved me. Yeah.
Wow. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So you were familiar with service because you had servicemen and women in your family.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you weren't. It wasn't a new concept for you, but it was definitely something that. Had you thought about it before?
I had thought about it in high school. Some people brought it up to me then, but at that point in time, I was still hard-headed.
Okay.
And I was like, man, nobody gonna tell me what to do and scream in my face.
Right.
So I put it off.
Okay.
But it was always an option that I had, yes, thought about.
Okay. Okay. Got you. So would you say that? I mean, obviously, you grew up a little hard-headed, got in some trouble, and you're not like any other person who goes to college and have never first time experiencing freedom.
Right.
So most of us, I mean, I could tell my story, but you're being the one interviewed, not me. So, but I could tell you things most of us go through when we go to college for the first time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't anything that was unusual. But would you say that whatever is in you, if you are to go into the service, it just, the service amplifies it?
I would say so. There's you have to make a choice at some point that you're either going to do this or not do it.
Okay.
When you're giving your options and you're giving your orders and things like that, you have to decide, all right, I'm going to put my best foot forward into this. I'm going to make sure that I am dedicated to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I think that things are amplified when you join, simply because they have to be. You have to be able to step up and push yourself into a position that you're willing to make the change for. Sometimes you may be asked to do something that you're completely uncomfortable with, or something brand new, or face a fear, and you have a decision to make. Am I going to do this or not?
Okay.
So your leadership gets amplified.
Okay.
Your backbone's amplified. Your willingness to risk yourself, or willingness to be a part of a group and a team, is amplified. So I think that that's part of it. Some people may say that if you're an angry person, you may feel some type of way about certain things. But I think when you're given the structure that you may need,
Yes.
that can be tamped down.
Okay. Okay. So are there certain types of people that are better suited for that type of environment versus others?
I've heard there's comparisons. Recently I saw someone speaking on the people that make it to special forces. They're sometimes the fatherless, because they either had a father that was always working, was not necessarily, he was there to provide for you, but not necessarily always there for the time.
Emotionally, okay.
Right. And then they have the guys that are just have no father in their lives. When they join the military, they suddenly thrust into a position where they have multiple father figures. You have your first one you have is your drill sergeant in basic. You have your leadership, you have your cadre. They're going to be the ones that tell you, look, this is what you need to do. You have those, even the female drill sergeants. They're coming. They're going to be that motherly role, that big sister role. That's something that they give you some direction.
Got it.
You can tell, like, all right, I don't want to disappoint this person. I want to do things the right way. The drill sergeant said do this, or my NCO said do this, and you go from there.
Got it. Got it. So discipline is something you absolutely positively need to be successful in the military.
Yes.
You have
absolutely.
to be disciplined. So when you came in, you came in, the Army saved you, you came in lacking discipline. When did you turn? When did you make a turn?
The day I shipped out.
The day you shipped out?
Because I told myself I'm not going back on probation.
Ah, that was your motive. But let's say for the people who don't have that thing behind their back, they go in, they look at it as a career opportunity, an opportunity to better themselves. They don't have a situation that they're, needing to be saved from. Typically, when would you say that discipline thing actually happens?
You're going to figure out when your discipline kicks in during basic.
During basic.
Because you have to, it's actually, I guess it's sort of like a mild brainwashing going through basic. Because like everyone knows that everyone has a call. So the Army always says "hua."
Hua.
Hua.
Okay.
So every time you can go through your entire day and you're going to hear it a few times.
Okay.
But when you're in basic, they teach you, well, we had a drill sergeant tell us, well, we got a bunch of you here. You all come from different parts of the world, different parts of the country. You all doing different lifestyles, different things. But basically, at the end of the day, I want all y'all to just step up and say "hua," and everybody goes "hua," and then you realize, like, oh, we all just did this together in unison. Oh, we just all on the same team now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how you develop and you get maybe that love for the people that could be completely different from you, from a different part of the world, different part of the country, but it's a certain brotherhood, sisterhood that you get from that. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, I went to basic with myriad of different types of people. I had a guy that his grandfather was a oil baron. He owned oil rigs in the Gulf of Mexico, so he billion-dollar people.
Yeah.
I met someone else that was homeless. I met someone else that was from different parts of. I met a guy that didn't think 7-Eleven was real because he only saw it in the movies. He'd never seen a 7-Eleven a day in his life.
You're kidding?
Yeah.
Wow.
So he was from some small northwest town and didn't have 7-Elevens. So he thought it was something they put in movies. All the stores in all the stores in the movies are 7-Elevens.
Yeah. So interesting.
Yeah.
So how do you gel? I guess, how do you gel when is it through basic that you really get that nucleus?
That's the start of it.
Okay.
Because usually after basic, everyone's going to split and they're going to go separate ways. Everybody's going to go to different schools, things like that. And, then you still have to go to your unit. But you're learning to gel.
Okay.
And that's the beginning of it.
Okay.
You're going to be tested with certain team activity that you have to do.
Okay. Team building.
Right.
Type things.
You're going to learn that sometimes you have to push others. If you're doing better on the ruck march than someone else, you may be the one that's like, hey, come on, let's keep it going, be the motivation.
Yeah.
And you're going to find out, all right, I work well with this person because we get along this way. Or, I've never met this person. He's from, the cornfields. I'm from inner city. But when it comes together, getting the job done, we both work
together.
Yeah.
Wow, I love that. Yeah, that's wonderful. So let's shift a bit. We're talking about, the gelling and the brotherhood and the sisterhood and coming together and basic and what is it? Whoa. Okay. We're talking about that, but let's talk about the other side, right? PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. And I mean, I have military. My dad did. He did. I want to say 25 or 30 years Army. My nephew is in Navy JAG right now. He's in Bahrain. I had an uncle, so I'm kind of familiar. My father actually retired when he got out of the military. I don't think it was 30 years. I think it was less than that. But when he got out of the military, he worked for the Coast Guard, and that's where he retired. So I've kind of been around that a little bit. But sometimes, when you get close and personal to somebody and they talk about their PTSD, unless you've actually experienced that, you really don't know what they go through. Talk a little bit about that. First of all, did you experience it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take us down that road, please.
So I think I will start with saying that most people have experienced some sort of PTSD, but just don't realize it. It comes from any traumatic event in life. So say my PTSD started when I was 12, but there's other people that have been in, if you're ever in a car accident,
yes,
and you decide, I'm not driving for the next 6 months, or I just can't get into the car. That's PTSD. Yeah. When you were a young kid, you got chased by a dog, or you got bit by a dog, and now you hate dogs, or you just definitely afraid of them when you have a bark. It's PTSD. So in the military situations, you're in a situation where it's a life or death situation sometimes.
Okay.
So that life or death situation, you're all the way turned up. You're hyper vigilant. You're watching everything that moves. You have to, when you're in, say when I was in Iraq, we realized, well, we're kind of more fighting for our brethren, the people that came with us. We're not on mission for the government. We're not thinking about that anymore. We're thinking about, how do I keep my brother safe, my sister safe? How do I keep them with us in this group and keep everybody whole? So you're extra vigilant. You're watching what you're doing. You're making sure that you don't want to be the one that makes the mistake. Now, sometimes things happen and you have no control over it.
Yes.
And now you've suffered an event. You've gone through something that has changed your perception of life. You've watched a friend pass. You've watched something happen, somebody be wounded. You watching even just watching the natives in the whatever country you're in. There are casualties all the time. So there's always a moment that changes the way you operate. So from after you come back from that, you may not necessarily get the direction on how to tamp that down again.
Yeah.
You realize that I'm back home, but I'm still vigilant. I'm still hyper active on watching what's going on.
Hypersensitive.
Yeah. I may think a certain type of way that a regular civilian may not, because I may want to be driving down the street and I see a trash can that's fallen over on the side of the road. That takes me back to being on the road in Iraq or in Afghanistan. I'm not trying to drive close to that thing because what if it's an IED? And you know, there's
The likelihood is not.
it's not there.
Yeah.
It's likely most of the time. I mean, there's
It's just
probably
a trash
good
can
chance,
on the
just a
side of the
trash
road.
can.
Yeah.
But your mind is still on that what if.
Wow.
So you're gonna. So.
Interesting. So I guess there's no way to get around that, right?
It's not really getting around it. There's ways to deal with it.
To deal with it.
There's ways to be more proactive in your mental health. There's ways to be more mindful. There's ways to express yourself instead of holding it in sometimes. There's ways to find a group of like-minded people that you can relate to and talk to. You create a support system. You create sometimes it's just finding a buddy.
Yeah.
That is maybe from your unit or somebody that's been along the same lines that someone knows. Sometimes it's just expressing yourself to your family. A lot of times the guys come back from overseas and their family has no idea what they've gone through, and they don't want to talk about it because that's traumatic.
It's traumatic.
They may not want to even express themselves on it because they just don't want to share.
Yeah.
It can be hard to share.
Yeah.
It can take you back to certain places sometimes.
Yeah, that you don't want to go.
Right.
Wow. And you said that your PTSD started when you were 12.
Yes.
So was it the same? So when you went into the military and it was triggered, or was it a different type of PTSD?
I would call it a different type.
Okay.
When I was 12, I was threatened with a handgun. Individual put this big revolver on my chest.
Oh my God.
Simply because I laughed at him too hard in class. So I just remember thinking like, damn, that gun's so damn big. I can't handle this. This is gonna suck. I'm gonna die right now.
At 12 years old?
At 12, yeah. So from that moment on, I started to not trust people. I started to feel like I had to be on guard whenever I went somewhere. My dad had an old pocket knife, old folding pocket knife. It was so old that it probably took me about a minute or two to get it open. So it was pretty much useless. Yeah. But I carried it in my pocket because I felt like I needed something in my pocket. So that started when I was 12. So as time went on, I was a little bit more vigilant, a little bit more angry, a little bit more short-tempered with people, because I didn't want to feel like I was a victim again.
Got you.
So when it came down to my going to Iraq, it kind of, I was prepared for it because I was like, all right, well, if it pops off, I'm popping off too. I'm not going to hesitate. I'm going to move. I'm going to do what I have to do and come back. So it kind of prepared me a little bit.
Yeah.
But it didn't, I guess, prepare me for the after effects.
Wow.
When I got back, my ex-wife had no idea what's PTSD. Like, all we know is you different. You don't want to go out to the club. Before I was a social butterfly, going to the clubs, going to parties, and everything else. And I got back and I was like, nah, I'm definitely not going to no club.
Wow.
Definitely not going to no crowded spaces.
Right.
Y'all not gonna get me trapped. So, yeah.
Do you still suffer with that today? Like today?
Yeah,
Today?
I'm still uncomfortable with certain crowded spaces. I've gotten better with it.
Okay.
I've gone to a few concerts, and I think I've learned that it just takes a few mindfulness exercises sometimes. Doing some breathing, doing some thinking about, just trying to make sure I'm being fully rational in my thought patterns.
Got it.
And then I've gotten better in going to the crowded spaces and things like that. Yeah.
Okay. Did you suffer any physical issue or any physical ailment or anything happen to you when you were there? I mean, I know you had the PTSD, but did anything physical happened to you?
Well, I had actually got injured before I went overseas. I got injured in trying to go in aerosol school. Broke my ankle and my leg in aerosol school, and then had consequently became I guess the beginning of the end of my career. My initial, I broke my ankle and my leg. I had to have like an emergency surgery and dislocated my ankle also. So they put a whole bunch of hardware in there. I had a plate, and a bunch of screws. I had long screws, small screws, all kind of stuff, and hooks and wires and all kind of stuff in there. So everything you can do to an ankle and leg, I pretty much did it.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I had the surgery. That was April of '02, and me not knowing anything or not thinking about it, I just carried on, and ended up going to Iraq January '03. And came back from Iraq at the end of '03, and they're like, "Hey, Mr. Lewis, we forgot to tell you that stuff was supposed to have been out of your leg like 3 months after the surgery."
Oh, wow.
So it's been in there for over a year now, and good news and bad news. We're going to take it out, but bad news, we got to break your leg again and take all the stuff out of it. So I ended up having a second surgery. And the second surgery didn't go so well because they didn't do the ligaments right, and it was in Army hospital and Army doctors, so training doctors also.
Okay.
So they ended up not doing the ligaments correctly the second time around. And ended up having a third surgery.
Oh, wow.
So the third surgery comes, and I'm like, all right, whatever happens after this third surgery, I'm done, because they're not cutting me anymore because they done screwed it up enough. And from that point on, I started getting other injuries. My back started getting worse, things like that, and the stuff from overseas, back strains and migraines and things like that from some head injuries just kind of amplified a little bit.
Amplified things, wow.
So before I knew it, they were like, hey, take this paperwork up here to this doctor and see what's going on. And he was like, all right, well, he said, we're going to start your med board today. And I'm like, what? Oh, yeah, we got to med board you because we're going to separate you from the military.
Wow.
And I'm like, I didn't ask for that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, you got this and this, and so.
And so that's the reason why you just did 5?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, 20 was going to be my goal.
That was your goal?
Yeah, because it was like I found something that I was good at. I found something that got me out of the streets. I found something that had changed everything and gave me opportunity. I took to it like fish in water.
Yeah.
I needed the structure. The structure worked for me, so it was perfect.
Wow.
But yeah, it wasn't meant to be.
Well, let me ask you this. With that said, the 5 years that you did, sounds like, because you're very well spoken, you're very disciplined. Those 5 years, did you amazingly?
Yeah, it took some time, though.
It took some time?
Yeah.
Because you're very disciplined.
I wasn't always that disciplined.
Okay.
I was disciplined when it came. I was always active, playing football, things like that. So I carried over pretty much into the military with being active. But because I did have the injuries and I did have the PTSD and things like that, I had a whole lot of pain pills coming to me in the mail. I always had alcohol around for a long time. So for a few years, I was scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Gotcha.
I wasn't doing well.
Wow.
I had felt like I was, shit warmed over. I was not taking care of myself mentally. I wasn't taking care of myself physically the way I should have.
Wow.
And it wasn't until I think I spent a few years of just being, I used to call it the inebriated demon. Long as I was feeling some type of way off of a pain pill or off of alcohol, then I was okay.
Wow.
But I wasn't really functioning well.
You weren't functioning well.
No.
Wow.
So.
You know what? I mean, first of all, thank you for being so transparent because people, they will judge us based on how we look and how we sound, and they have no idea what's behind that. They have no idea how we struggle to get to that point, and through prayer and sacrifice and just making a conscious decision to say, I got to get better. They have no idea, so they make judgments. So thank you for being so transparent because you're helping somebody right now. Because you told your story where you were, thank God that, what we were is not, doesn't determine where we'll go. So I thank you for that. And here's the thing, people need to hear this, Anthony, because they need to know that it's not how you start. It's not how you start. And obviously, your whole story is incredible. And the fact that you did 5 years, you wanted to do 20, but your medical kept you from doing that. But it still did, even when you got out and you were scraping, as you said, you were still able to turn it around. So that's incredible. And that's for anybody who's watching or listening, that's for any of us, you know, military or not.
Yeah.
But the sacrifice that you made, that you were willing to make, you know, talks about the service in you. You know, so I want to transition from there to go, because now you give back to a lot of organizations that serve servicemen and women.
Yes.
And you're very, very committed and passionate about that. So tell us, I know there's two. Tell us about them quickly, if you don't mind.
Well, I support Wounded Warrior Project. I do peer meetings.
Okay.
Monthly peer meetings with Wounded Warrior Project. So we have the military alumni. We call them alumni. They're all veterans that served post 9/11. And we give them a safe space to come in and sometimes it's just events. Sometimes we give them directions on art projects just to change up the monotony.
Got it.
Come in, meet with other like-minded people, other veterans, and have a good time. Sometimes we make sure that we let them know that there is always an option.
Yeah.
There's things you can do to improve your life and improve your family's life. It's not I guess it might not be a quick story, but I started volunteering with them because they literally saved my life 10 years ago. So in 2015, I was in hospice.
Hospice?
Yes, hospice.
Hospice.
Yeah. So 2015, I thought I had the flu. So this was January, February. I thought I had the flu, and I was not able to shake it. And usually, I can get over a cold pretty quickly, but this time around, it just wasn't happening. So one day I woke up and I could not walk. I literally had to crawl to the bathroom. So while I was there, my wife at the time was like, "I told you you got to get yourself together because you need to get checked." So she was like, "Get yourself in the car and let's go." And she was not playing. She literally made me make sure I crawled to the chair, and she helped me up about this much, and she got me on my feet, and I went to the hospital. So when I got to the hospital, they said, "Oh, Mr. Lewis, you're in end-stage heart failure, and we need to cardio convert you because you're in AFib." So I'm like, "What?" Like, I was at the gym like 2 weeks ago. "Yeah, but you're in end-stage heart failure, you're in AFib." I was like, "All right, well, I figured something was going on because my workout started getting shorter and shorter." So at this point, they're like, "Well, end-stage heart failure means you need to keep you in here for a little while. We need to figure out why you're in heart failure." So they had to cardio convert me first. So they patched me up with these stickers, and they hit the paddles and clear.
Wow.
So they did that, and it didn't work. So for a few seconds, I was gone, because they stopped my heart now. So they had to turn up the juice. They turned up to like 380 joules. I guess that's supposed to be like their top thing or something. And they hit me again, they zapped me again, and I came back. So back in rhythm, but now I'm still in heart failure, so they got to figure it out. So they ended up telling me, "Well, you on hard drugs, you do this, you do that, you use steroids." No, don't do hard drugs, don't do steroids. I've been sober for, I think at that point, maybe 8 years. So I've been completely sober the whole time. And they were like, "Well, you ever had TB? You maybe got TB." I said, "Well, I was in Iraq, I had a positive skin test. You got TB. I'm like, "No, I know what TB is. That's coughing up blood and all kind of stuff." I was like, "No, I am coughing up foam, but I'm not coughing up any blood." So they're like, "All right, well, we're going to put you in this bubble, and we're going to see if we got to stay in the bubble for 7 days, because if you're infection, we don't want anybody else to get anything, just to make sure." So I stayed in the bubble for 7 days, and they put me on diuretics, and I was in the hospital for that 7 days and then a few more. I lost 75 pounds of water in 10 days. I had 75 pounds of water just sitting on my system. So when I was coughing that first day when I showed up at the hospital, it wasn't the flu. I was coughing up water from my lungs.
Oh my God.
So I had so much water in my system that it was coming through my lungs, and I was coughing it up. So I lost 75 pounds of water in 10 days. And so they were like, well, this is heart failure. You have edema, severe. So they was like, we never seen anybody with 75 pounds of it, but some kind of way you walking around with 75 pounds of water on you. So they did all the testing they could at the time. They gave me a defibrillator vest to shock me if I passed out. They gave me a direct line of some type of medicine going directly to my heart. And they gave me another IV on this side to do some other medicine. And I was on a rollator because I could only walk about 15 feet without being exhausted. So they had all this stuff going on, and the doctor in El Paso was like, we did all we can for you, so we're going to send you home with hospice. What I will do, though, is I'm going to take your file and send it to my friend down in Houston, see what he thinks. So the doctor that he sent the file to, his name was Jerry Estep. I'll never forget it. So that was on a Thursday. Dr. Jerry Estep called me on Friday. Hey, Mr. Lewis, can you be here Tuesday? And I was like, Tuesday? I was like, I'm not prepared to buy a plane ticket to be in Houston on Tuesday, so I'll try. He's like, well, if you can't make it Tuesday, then so sorry for you. You only got about 3 weeks left.
No way.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, well, I got to figure this out. So first person I called that Friday afternoon was the VA. And they're like, yeah, we can try to get you down there. We have angel flights and we have some other things. We can maybe get you set up. And so Monday morning comes around and we didn't hear anything from the VA. We're like, all right, well, they got to call us because we got these tickets. You try to catch this flight. And they said, oh yeah, Mr. Lewis is a no-go. He said, we can't get you, but we can send you to Tennessee. We can send you to Tennessee because we have a heart transplant and we have heart doctors in Tennessee. But your appointment's going to be about 3 months from now. I said, well, yeah, but I got 3 weeks. Yeah, we understand that, but just go wait 3 months. I don't think the math ain't mathing.
Math ain't mathing.
So I ended up, the cardiologist there actually told me, we think you're having a PTSD moment, so take some Xanax and go chill out. I was like, I don't think that's going to work either. So my wife at the time had a guy, had a connection with a Wounded Warrior Project named Juan. Juan had been, he was a combat veteran. He worked for the Wounded Warrior Project. And Juan called me. We talked to Juan on Monday evening. Juan called me on Tuesday. He's like, hey, you ready to go? I got your flights. You leave in 2 hours.
Wow.
So that's Wounded Warrior Project. So I was like, thank you, Juan. I tell him, he gets uncomfortable every time he sees me because I'm like, Juan, you saved me, bro. Like every time he's like, stop doing that. And I was like, nah, man, you saved me. So.
Oh my gosh.
So I went to, he said, I went to Houston and I stayed in Houston for 4 months. I went down there and I met Dr. Jerry Estep, and Dr. Jerry Estep was like, you know what, let's start all over. All the stuff that they gave you, all the stuff we have here, just let's start from the beginning and try to figure it out. So he said, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do some biopsies. We gotta do a biopsy of your liver, biopsy of your heart. But your EF, which is your ejection fraction, that's the amount of blood your heart squeezes out, you're at 13%. Most people are at 55. So my heart is working at 13% function. So it's not a pumping, it's doing like this kind of thing. So he said, because of that, we can't put you to sleep for these biopsies. You have to be awake. So you're gonna be uncomfortable, but you're gonna have to feel it and you have to deal with it. So kind of glad I was in the military and with the uncomfortableness stuff because it was something I could do. So yeah, they went and put me on the table and they told me, well, we can go through your neck and we're just going to fish this down through you. And so they pretty much got on top of my neck and rooted this thing down to. They took a biopsy of my heart, and then they took a biopsy of liver, and I kind of felt the liver. I didn't feel the heart. I thought it was strange, but yeah, that you know where you find out where your liver is when they do that. So yeah, I went and they came back, was like, we don't have any signs of anything. You haven't had any infections. You're not on any hard drugs. You're not on steroids, and we don't know. We'll keep testing. We keep working on stuff, and so luckily I had a good track record of my records from military and from my time after the military. I had good records. I stayed with the VA and kept always active. So what they realized is that every March I got sick. Every March from 2003 up to that point, I was getting sick. I was either getting sick or I was having a mental break. Like I was super stressed out every March. And lo and behold, it's because the war started March 19th. And me never thinking about it, always messages from my friends about, hey, it's the anniversary, dog, and remember this time, blah, blah, blah. And so it triggered.
It was triggered.
Yeah. So at the end of all that, the 4 months, I started getting better and I rebounded pretty well. They pretty much were like, well, you have broken heart syndrome. Your mind and your lack of discipline with taking care of your mental, your heart quit. So I stressed myself into heart failure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Anthony, that is tear-jerking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank God for one.
Yeah.
Thank God for the Wounded Warrior Project, right?
Yeah.
And I can see why you pour your heart into that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. As soon as that happened, I was like, as soon as I'm clear with this
Yes.
and I'm clear to
Yeah.
rebound,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give them my time.
Praise God. That is wonderful.
Yes, absolutely.
Ah, man, that's tear-jerking. Yeah, and you know, and people don't know things unless you share them. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much. You're helping somebody. You're helping someone.
I hope so.
And you're encouraging someone to serve. When I talked about this topic being the service in you, it's not just servicemen and women. You all do make the ultimate sacrifice, but each of us can serve. The Wounded Warrior Project, you see those commercials all the time. You never know the stories. That is unbelievable. Thank God for you, sir. Yeah. So quickly, this has been great. So I know the Wounded Warrior Project. Just quickly, give me the name. You do another one where you actually go in and you do
Muay Thai.
What is it?
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai. Okay.
Yes, so it's Muay Thai for Warriors.
Okay. Okay.
Muay Thai for Warriors is a group. They're housed in Jackson Muay Thai.
Okay.
Which is on Beach Boulevard here in Jacksonville.
Okay.
And what they do is they give free classes to veterans and first responders. That gives them a chance to first physically break a sweat, do some good work, learn something, and just train yourself a little bit.
Okay.
And then also it gives them a mental break because they build some camaraderie.
Yes.
A lot of times people get out of the military and they lost their unit. They're not with their unit anymore.
Yeah.
They're not with their guys. They're not with the people that they went to overseas with. This builds a new platoon.
Got it.
Of like-minded individuals. You know, you got veterans and first responders. So you got police, firefighters, federal agents. We got everybody in there.
Wow.
We have all 5 branches, Coast Guard, everybody's there.
I love it.
And everyone has been through something or
Yes.
seen some things, and everyone's like, well, yeah, I can trust these people. And we all come together, and I think I've been there almost 3 years now.
Okay.
And there's never been a beef. There's never been a fight in there. There's never been yelling and screaming.
Yeah.
Everyone there and comes together and it's kumbaya. And it sounds corny, but it is really kumbaya. But we're learning martial arts.
Yeah.
And we're not there. It's not a fight club.
Yeah.
We're not there to beat each other up.
Yeah.
We're there to learn and then support each other.
Support each other.
Yeah.
I love it. Wonderful. Goodness gracious. Okay, so you've heard these organizations that support veterans that support first responders, and one saved this man's life. Yeah. Thank God for Juan, and thank God for the Wounded Warrior Project. So you also, and we just got to just go a little quickly, because of the love you have for these organizations, you're doing something here soon. I want to say on the 8th.
Yes.
Right? Because you belong to FCAR, the First Coast Association of Realtors. You are a realtor and realtist. And you're bringing organizations together. You're bringing FCAR together with another organization that you support. Just briefly tell us about that in 30 seconds.
Yes, so the other organization that I support is The Mission Continues.
Okay.
They're going through a transition. They're combining with the Travis Manion Foundation. But Mission Continues is a group that brings together veterans to do outdoor work and just do good volunteer time. Okay. So what we're doing is I had an idea that I would like to support the Bridge the Gap. Bridge the Gap has a outdoor community garden in Brentwood Park. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the Mission Continues, bring their people, bring their supplies, and then FCAR is going to join us in helping revitalize that community garden. Wow. They feed people every week, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. They have food giveaways because they're giving away the stuff that they grow. Squash, peppers, just onions, every kind of tomatoes. They grow it all there and they give it out. So because certain parts of their garden need to be revitalized, and they've also been blessed with an expansion from a city. So they're going from 3,000 square feet to 6,000 square feet. So now because they have the extra space, they need some people to help them set it up and get the garden right for the community and for other people. Wow. Yeah.
Man, you're just a walk-in service, just service project. You're just a walk-in service project. What else? What don't you do? Oh my God, that is so wonderful. And real quickly on December 5th, you're going to actually support these organizations by you're hosting an event. You and some other partners are hosting an event where you're going to give a donation back to these organizations.
Yes. I'm having a winter masquerade, and part of the proceeds are going to go to FCAR, to Riverview Community Collective. They're a environmental group, and then also to Multi for Warriors.
Wow, that is wonderful. The service in you. So this man went from his 5 years in the Army that he wanted to do 20, but because of medical injuries he couldn't, but he didn't let that stop him. You're serving your community. You are serving your community, and we all have service in us. But I wanted to highlight Mr. Lewis. I wanted to highlight Anthony because he's doing so many wonderful things in this community. And God bless you, sir. God bless you.
I appreciate it.
Listen, did he not have a lot to say? I hope he inspired you. If you are not providing any type of community service or anything in your community, listen, don't let this guy do it all. Let's do some help, right? He has really shown that being a service provider really is rewarding, not only for yourself, but for those organizations that you're serving. So Anthony, thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
Listen, guys, I hope you were inspired. I definitely was. I was holding back tears when he was telling this story. And I just want to say, Juan, thank you, Juan, for saving my friend's life. Thank you, Juan. Listen, guys, we come on every second and fourth Tuesday of the month. We're on all your major podcast platforms. The Trust and Know, the Jackie Boy Podcast, always wants to bring you people who have something to say to inspire you, and you inspired us so much, Anthony. Thank you.
Thank you.
Listen, check us out. If you heard anything here tonight that you like, anything that you think could inspire somebody else, like and share. Let them know that we're going to bring people who have something to say. Please subscribe to the Trust and Know Jackie Boy Podcast. Thank you so much. And whatever you do, be of service to your community. Be of service. You do not have to be a serviceman or woman to do that. You can just be a resident. Serve your community. Thank you, Anthony. Until next time, bye.
Thank you for listening and watching this episode of Trust, Then Know, the Jackie Boyd Podcast. We hope this episode has left you informed, intrigued, and inspired to become your best self. Remember to tune in every second and fourth Tuesday of the month and trust, then know.